connect. Talking the talk with Kate and Jim. I'm walking the walk, just listening. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim. I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim. I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim. Getting at it, Kate and Jim. I'm gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter. Mixing transfer news is what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jim always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue and let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. Always keeps a positive spin while Kate's doing the Mickey Hazard name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like let me stop rubbing, or she's flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world, and welcome back to Kate and Jimbo. It is Thursday, the 2nd of October. My favourite time of the year is here. Finally, autumn has arrived, although I'm still absolutely boiling, but that's my age. Hope everyone is well. Joined as always by Jimbo today. Jimbo, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm all right. It's a bit snivelly, got a bit of a cold, but apart from that, I'm all right.
Good. A bit of a strange time in Spurs YouTube land at the minute, because we're sitting fourth in the table. We're 9th now in the Champions League table, and yet there's so many people that are criticising Frank. There's already Frank outers. There's people saying that he's a fraud. There's people basically ripping him to pieces.
You're a fraud. You're a fraud.
And yet we have only played, a handful of games under this guy, and yet there seems to be this really negative reaction towards him at the minute. So we will be delving into that. Big up to All Things Tottenham TV says, hi Kate, Jim, hope you're well. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you. Big up to you. Matt Bullman says, big up the channel. Lovely picture there of the late great Diogo Jota on your profile picture. And also big up to Fiona with a lovely picture of her cat. Hope everyone is well. This whole Thomas Frank, look, let me start at the beginning. People that were a fan of the manager that we had before, who I'm not going to say too much about, I think we all knew that the minute Thomas Frank came in, any little mistake or any little defeat, people would refer to, oh, well, that wouldn't have happened under the previous manager, or they would, for instance, the Bødo Glimt game. You know, we managed a 2-2 draw. Last time we played them, we beat them 3-1 and 2-0 in the Europa League. How long is this going to go on for, Jimbo? This whole comparison from Frank to Ange.
It's a complete load of old cobblers, isn't it? You know, look, he done his time here. Ange is 2 years. He took us into the Champions League. Into the Europa League, won that. Then he took us into the Champions League. So he done his job was all right. I mean, look, he papered over the cracks winning the trophy, but I'm not going to slag the man down. He done his job. His job was to win a trophy and get us into the Champions League, and he done it. Right, but he's gone now. He's gone. Why are we still talking about him? He's at Forest. He's someone else's manager. We got Frank. It's like it's just a load of old cobblers keep talking about him. Honestly, we've got Frank now. We've got to move on to this manager, who in my opinion, is doing a fantastic job. He's just walked through the door. He's got a bad reputation for not starting off great at clubs and building his way into it. But I think he started off really well, considering some of the problems we had at the club. 4th in the league. We haven't lost in a cup. We haven't lost in the Champions League. What more do people want?
Yeah, look, I agree with you completely. I mean, as Matt says, talking about Frank, some fans of Liverpool are slot outers already. Fans are never satisfied. I mean, I said that to you, didn't I? I went on the terrace for the match reaction when Liverpool lost, and there was loads of people saying slot out, which is completely, absolutely bonkers. Big up Daniel 90 says, big up the football math shit don't really work because if I'm right, he lost against Wolves last season and then bottled a 2-goal lead to Brighton. Exactly. We can go round and round comparing. What is the point? It's beginning to dawn on me that maybe it's not the managers, it's the substandard players. That's a good argument. Ashiba Derek says, hey Kate, big up to you. Good to see you.
What about Jim? Ashiba, what about hi Jim?
What about what?
Hi, Jim.
Oh, well, maybe he doesn't like you.
Everybody likes me.
Well, I don't.
Well, you're allowed not to because you're my wife.
Talking about substandard players.
Let me tell everybody that Kate doesn't like me because she actually hit me on the head with my trophy.
It was an accident. Let me tell the actual story. Yesterday, I was polishing.
With the trophy.
Yesterday, I was polishing and I leant over to do Jimbo's table next to him, as you could see. I picked the trophy up and he grabbed my boob and the trophy slipped out my hand and whacked him on the head. So it was actually your fault. You shouldn't grab me. I'm not a piece of meat. But talking about substandard players, Jamie O'Hara has absolutely laid into Pedro Porro, saying that the whole of the fact that we drew with Bødo Glimt was down to him. Now look, hey Jimbo from Sunshine Channel. Is that what Sunshine as in Sky? It's channel. There you go. You got a hey Jimbo. It says Jamie O'Hara said about Porro defensively, I don't think he was at it. He hasn't been great this season so far, but you can't say he wasn't good last season. There were some games he dug us out of massive holes. He did, however, make some amends after his pitch-perfect cross was headed home by Mickey van der Ven. Jimbo, I'm still of the view that, much like you said a long time ago, that I'd love to see Porro on the wing. His crosses are unbelievable.
Yeah, I would like to see him on the wing, but look, to be digging him out, to be digging him out, he's like, I don't know what's happened. I don't honestly. We were 2-0 down and we played terrible, and we come back and got a draw out of it. You know, sometimes you've got to take the positives out of a negative, and this team is resilient. They don't give up even when they're playing bad, and they're still picking up points. You know, 2-0 down at Bødo, and they haven't lost there for I don't know how long. Yeah,
I know.
I think we beat them there, didn't we? Or was that at home?
Yeah, we was the last team to score there, I think, as well, or win there. But yeah, they've turned their home ground into a fortress at the minute.
Let's just take a chill pill, right, and let Frank do his stuff. Look, my opinion is we haven't got a great front line, right? We haven't, but there's nothing Frank can do. He can only work with what he's got. You know, and he obviously he's putting Xavi on the wing, and everybody's moaning about that. But he's obviously got no confidence in Odegaard and Tell, so that's why he's putting him on the wing. But I just think we need to give him a few months at least. You know, give him 6 months to a year to sort out what needs sorting out. I despair with it, Kate. I really do.
With
We've
a lot
lost
of the dross.
one game.
What's that?
We've lost one game under Frank.
I know. With a lot of the dross that we watched last season, and yet we gave that manager 2 years. You know, I agree. I don't think the performances have been brilliant, but we're not losing games. And surely, as football fans, yes, we do want to be entertained. But the main thing is we don't lose games, because I really believe the performances will come. But at the minute, he's working out his best 11, and it's like you say, they've got this mentality when they're not giving up, bounce back ability at its finest. You know, we go 2-0 down against Brighton, we come back, draw 2-2. We go 1-0 down against Wolves, we come back and draw 1-1. Go 2-0 down against Bødo Glimt, come back and draw 2-2. They can only be positives. Yes, we shouldn't be going 2-0 down, but at least we're not losing games. I think people have got to focus on that more than anything.
Yeah, and this is a tough. Premiership's a tough league. It's the toughest league in Europe. And any of the lower clubs, any of the lower clubs can beat the top clubs on any given day. It's just the way it is, you know. And I honestly, I just think to myself, my God, this guy's just walked in the door. The other day they booed him off the pitch, and I just think to myself, what must he think? What must he think? I bet he never got booed once at Brentford. You know, and he was there 7 years, and he's been here 5 minutes, and they've booed him off the pitch once. I just think, honestly,
it can't be that bad, Max. We've lasted 17 years married, so it can't be that bad. Matt says, Kate and Jimbo, you're in the Premier League and Champions League, you are winless in your last 3 games. Yeah, but we're also unbeaten in our last 3 games. So you can look at it both ways. You can twist and turn it to suit your own agenda. Daniel says, no, Jimbo, I thought you realised the fan base is full of short-term thinkers who ain't got a clue. It's all right. Let's go back to Ange and get relegated, idiots. I mean, yeah, let's look at Ange at Nottingham Forest. He's hardly a good advertisement for what we've lost.
I don't understand why we're still even mentioning Ange. You know, he's gone down in history in our club, like, and deservingly so. He won us a trophy, first trophy in 41 years, European trophy. But let's move on and like get behind this team. Give Frank a bit of time. Give him some windows. You know, let him work with the players. I mean, he's not even had time to work with the younger players. You know, he's had to hit the ground running. And it's all right, people saying pre-season. It's still not the same as playing in the competitive matches. So he needs time to work with them. And I'm sure over the next few months, he'll know who he can rely on and who he can't rely on. But we've got to give the man time. You know, just get behind them all.
I mean, Matt's saying more draws are worse than 1 loss. Not for morale, though. If you get 4 draws, for me, it's better than getting bashed up by Wolves or bashed up by Bødo Glimt. Look, no one's expecting us to challenge for the title. We finished 17th last year. So as long as we're improving and there's more organisation, there's more, everyone knows what they're doing. I just think fans want everything done yesterday. You know, they want us to be competing for the title or top 4 or, you know, everyone's saying we were so crap last year. We finished 17th, we were shit. And now all of a sudden they're criticising Frank because he's lost 1 game and drawn 3. I mean, it's madness to me. I literally can't get my head around it.
The thing is, Kate, we're being behind, right? Maybe not so much 1 goal, but if you're behind 2 goals, which we have been twice this season, and come back and drew, that's really good for morale in the players, and it feels like a win to them, and it's good for their mental strength as well, knowing that they can do it. You know, so when they go 1 or 2 up, you know, they realise, right, we're 1 or 2 up, we won't throw this away. I just think we've got to give this man some time. You know, we give previous managers time. No, we need to give this guy time. He's just walked in the door, literally just walked in the door.
Yep. Yeah, look, I agree. I literally, for the life of me, I can't work out football fans, Jimbo. I don't know if it's a social media thing, but I'm pretty sure fans never used to be like they are now. Am I wrong?
No, you're going to always get somewhere through the years, and always some. I mean, I used to go when I had my season ticket. I had a season ticket at Tottenham for over 20 years, and there was always some in my group I went with, and some sitting around that just did nothing but moan, even when we was winning. I mean, you know who I'm talking about, Kate. One person who was our friend, his dad, we was 5-0 up, and he was still moaning. You know, and that's just how some fans are. But let this guy come in the door, you know, and let him do his thing and see where he can take us. And I think if they back him, which I'm sure they're going to, that he can take us places.
Yeah, that's the thing. We need to be patient. We need the board to back him and to give him good players, window in, window out, and yeah, that's all we can hope for. That's all we can hope for. Is that we get some consistency and whatnot. Obviously, we've got Leeds on Saturday. We won't go into it too much because we've got our Premier League preview tomorrow. But then, Jimbo, it's the international break. Obviously, we know our record of the last game before the international break is not very good. Are we to break that curse? Who knows? I mean, are you feeling confident going into the Leeds game?
Yeah, of course I am. Yeah, we're a better team than Leeds. We should beat them.
We should, but Ellen Road's a difficult place.
I don't think they've lost in 17 games.
Wow.
I don't think I'm sure I'm right there. But look, of course I'm confident we can beat them.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Frank will do well, but start of the season hasn't been great, but hasn't been bad. Look, I think it's been good. I wouldn't say it's been great. I don't think it's been bad. I would say it's been good. We beat City away. We've had some good performances. We've shown bounce back ability. We've looked 1,000 times more organised than we did under Ange. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, as Matt says, Arteta is still a work in progress after 6 years. He's not even been here. How long's Frank been here? 4 months? 3.5, 4 months?
Yeah, 3 months, something like that.
Yeah. You know, it is what it is. All Things Tottenham says our wingers don't take their fullbacks on consistently, especially Johnson. He's not a winger; he's a forward. He knows where he has to be to score goals. Yeah, I mean, I think me and you are agreed on this, Jimbo. We're expecting Johnson to be out the door. So.
I just think. I mean, I really stuck up for Johnson last year, and I will still stick up for him from last year because he was the one digging us out the crap. But I just think Frank's teams need to work hard. That's one of his philosophies, and I don't think Johnson works hard enough. But, you know, I think it was Sean pointed out the other day that he was standing offside and he never even moved. And someone put a ball over and he ran in to get it, but he was just standing there and he was offside. It was easy for the defence, but you got to work hard in a Frank team, and he doesn't work hard enough. But look, I'm not going to say that he's going to be out the door or Tell's going to be out the door or Odegaard. I think we need to give Frank time with him and see what he can do with him. He hasn't had time to work with him properly yet. You know, he's not going to do it over a matter of a few weeks. It's going to take time, you know, to get these players up to where he wants them to, if he can. And if he can't, I'm sure they'll be sold.
I mean, Matt, I know you said Frank isn't going to make you score shed loads of goals. He's going to make you hard to beat. I agree with the second part. I don't think there's a manager in the world. You could bring Pep Guardiola in. No one is going to get us to score shed loads of goals because our front three is average at best. I mean, it's Richarlison, I'm not going to go into. Then you've got Johnson.
Say, darling.
Yeah, that's why I didn't say anything. You've got Johnson, you've got the likes of Tell, Odegaard. It's the worst front three that I've seen at Spurs for donkey's years. It's horrendous. Oh my God, we've got Kudus. Let me take that back and just say we have got Kudus.
Yeah, it's not a great front three, right? But look, I'll give my opinion. I don't think Richard's going to make the cut. I think he's stuck in his ways now, you know, and I think it's going to be hard for him to make the cut. But Johnson's still young, and so is Tell and Odegaard. So let's see what Frank can get out of them. And if he can't, and then there'll be changes. But there, I'm not going to talk about Don because he hasn't had a chance under this manager.
Yeah. I know Johnson's a centre forward, but we have tried him in that role and he hasn't particularly done anything. I don't know. Look, all I know is we need to give this manager time. I think jumping to conclusions, jumping to he's a fraud, jumping to all this nonsense is just utter crap. Big up James. As I said, we're not losing matches. If we'd have lost to Bodo in the last 3 Premier League games, you'd understand the natives getting a little bit restless, but we've lost 1 game. It's bonkers. You can be happy to move these players on, but who's paying their wages for the players they are? I don't know.
Look,
I'm hoping.
I mean, if he moves them on, who cares who's paying their wages? You know, and if someone don't buy them, I'm sure they will buy them. There are teams out there that will buy them, but might lose money on them. We normally lose money on players, don't we? So we'll wait and see what happens. Can't predict the future. So I'm sure if they don't make the cut with Frank, they'll be gone.
We just need Johnson to find that form that he had last year, where it didn't matter how we were playing. He was just coming up with goals, getting himself in those positions. But I think he needs to be a super sub.
Well, he is, isn't he? He's a sub. Yeah. I said to you, didn't I? You can tell that Frank's not over the moon with him because he's not starting.
Yeah,
you know, he started. I think he start against Bødo? He did, didn't he? But he's not starting in the Premier League.
Klopp always had these combinations at Liverpool, and Frank played a 4-4-3 at Brentford. It could work for you guys. How many of our current players would get into the Poch side? Kudus, Romero, Van der Ven, Simmons. That's it. Yeah, I don't even know if. I was going to say I don't even know if Simmons would get in at the moment. At the moment, he wouldn't, but I'm hoping that we get that form back that he's shown previously. But I think you're then putting Romero and Van der Ven over Toby and Jan. There's not. I don't even know who I'd pick out of those 4 to go forwards.
It'd be a good 4 to pick from, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Poch was so. The thing is, Poch was so lucky. He had such a brilliant team at his hands, but we still didn't win anything. It's quite shocking when you think what we had, what team we had, and now we never won anything.
When you think what Poch had and to what Ange had, and Ange won a trophy.
I know, it's bonkers.
Everything, let's be honest, it kind of papered over the cracks, didn't it, of the league form, and everything fell our way in that competition. But that's what you need to win a competition. You need things to happen for you, and it did. You know, we played well when we needed to play well, and then we played a bad Man United team in the final. So it was our competition, you know, and lucky for us, touch wood.
Yeah, big up Shemtan says, hi Princess Kate, said Jimbo, hope you are both well. Hospital visit again with mum, had to complain to Barts and Powers to get them serious about her wrist, angry and frustrated. Bless her, send her our love please, hope she gets sorted. There's nothing more frustrating than the NHS at times. God bless them because they're overworked and underpaid, but yeah, it's very frustrating. I really need to go to the doctors about my fibro, but I'm trying some natural stuff first. I've got some new supplements coming. I'm in just constant agony. I can't even explain the pain that I'm in on every single day, but I'm not going to be put on tramadol or something where I'm just sat there dribbling, not knowing what day it is, because I tried that already and it's not nice.
You don't
but
know
I hope she gets
those days anyway.
I knew you'd pipe up with something there, Jimbo. Manchester City last night, 1-0 up, then 1-0, 1-1, 2-1, and then it ended 2-2 with Monaco. Yeah. They're a funny team, Man City, this year. And we both said, watching Haaland go off the pitch, he looked really pissed off.
Yeah, he didn't look happy, did he?
I mean, is he? If Man City don't improve, and am I freezing or are you? One of us is freezing.
It's not me, is it? I don't know.
Maybe it's me. If Man City don't improve in the fact that sort of they solidify these wins, I can see Haaland going or wanting to go.
Maybe Tottenham will buy him.
I mean, he's doing his job. He's scoring goals for fun, and yet they're not getting over the line. It's strange, but we know that lot up the road won, and Liverpool lost on Tuesday. They lost to Galatasaray. So it's been another interesting week in the Champions League. Terry at the Football Terrace actually sent me a voice note when we were 2-0 down to Bødo Glimt saying Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. But as usual, he was premature because we ended up drawing. So he gave it large too early. But yeah, and then obviously big weekend in the Premier League this weekend as well. I'm just looking to see what the big match is. Obviously, we know who we're playing. Who's the Sunday at 4:30? Brentford, Man City. Oh, there's no game. Arsenal, West Ham.
That'd be a test for City.
Good game Saturday night. That's probably the best one. Chelsea, Liverpool should be a good game. 5:30.
Well, look, if Liverpool don't back up, they might. It might be Arsenal's year. Yep. I like to say it, but it might be. If Liverpool don't back up, they're looking a little bit disjointed at the minute. They've scored these last 4 winners to get them the points, but that won't keep going. You know, like, and I will say it, like Tottenham, keep going behind. They won't keep pulling it back. That's why Tottenham have got to back up as well and get into games a bit quicker.
I think if by Christmas Liverpool haven't sorted their shit out, I think you're right, and it could be Arsenal's year. I think on paper, when you look at Arsenal's team, they've got as good a squad as anybody. I mean, Wirtz, I thought at Liverpool would make a difference, but so far he's been pony. But obviously he's got to get used to the Premier League. When you look at Arsenal's team, they should be winning the Premier League, really.
Well, I think with Arsenal, it depends a lot on the other teams like City and Liverpool.
Well, City ain't winning it.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying it depends on other teams as well. It's not just Liverpool. I think has got the best squad in the Premier League, in my opinion. And I think if they kick in, I still think they'll win it. They've got something about them, but if they keep playing like they're playing, maybe they won't. I did say to you at the beginning before the season kicked off, Kate, maybe they bought too much at the same time and trying to change too much, because it does take some players time to bed in. Look, Gyökeres, he hasn't really bedded in yet, has he?
It's just starting to come good, I think.
So it might take the new Liverpool players. Shouldn't take the guy they bought from Newcastle, because he's been in the Premier League. But a few other players they bought, it might take a bit of time to bed in.
Look, I think it's too early. I said at the start of the season, I think Liverpool will win it. I think what's the word? We'll revisit this question at Christmas, Jim. We will go and look and maybe give our predictions again, because at the minute, Liverpool is still 2 points clear. However, I can see them dropping points against Chelsea, whether it be 3 points or 2. Who have Arsenal got at the weekend? West Ham. See, Arsenal will win that.
You can't say that in this league, Kate. You can't. But look, the thing about Arsenal is I think that they've got quite a settled team. So and they do look strong. But I say it every year, right? It's in Arsenal's own hands, really, because over the last few seasons they've thrown away points in some real crucial games that they shouldn't have thrown points against lower clubs. So it's up to them to turn that around and not throw the points away in them games. It was like 2 or 3 seasons ago. They threw points away in 3 games on a row against lower clubs, one of them being Southampton.
Yeah.
I think one was West Ham. That was another one. And they hadn't done that, they would have won. I think they lost by 1 or 2 points. So it's really in their hands, not to mess up in them games.
Yeah, do you know what? If Arsenal win one thing, it would be bad enough. Matt, the thing is with Arsenal, I agree with what Jim just said. I think they've got a more settled squad. But I thought because Liverpool have brought in the likes of Isak and Wirtz, that they would elevate them, but they don't seem to have settled in just yet. And I think when you look at Arsenal's strength in depth, I just got a feeling they might have a better squad than Liverpool. I literally go on.
I don't think he's worded that too well. If you think Liverpool, then how can you expect Arsenal? It's nothing to do with who we think, right? We can have an opinion who we think will win it. If you had to ask me today who I think's going to win it, I'm going to say Arsenal, right? Because they look really disjointed to me. Liverpool, even though they've picked up 4 points, or well, apart from one game. I just think it's down to Arsenal.
Yeah, it's the mentality at Arsenal, isn't it? They've never been able to sort of get themselves over that line. But they've brought in the likes of Zubamendi, that other guy at the back, Mosquera, Gyökeres, Eze. I mean, they've got a fantastic squad. But if you ask me today who's winning it, I'm saying Liverpool.
Yeah, see, if you ask me today, I'm saying Arsenal.
Yeah, but I think the reason I'm saying Liverpool is I think that they've got the edge on the mentality that they know how to cross the line. I'm not sure Arteta's got it in him. It's like when they played recently against, who did they play? Was it City? And they were quite cowardly and look, they ended up getting a draw. Yeah, City. I think Arteta is not brave enough to take risks. But look, we'll see. It's too early to say. It's too early to say. Good morning to you, Peter Kagaias, who says it's 10:01 p.m. Oh, good night. Good evening to you then. I thought I said a.m. Sorry. Matt says we aren't slick at the minute, guys. I'm thinking now Slot won last year down to Klopp's winning squad. Well, look, Salah's been really quiet this year so far, but it's such early days. What 7? We're doing our Premier League preview tomorrow, and it's week 7. And there's what? How many games a year? 40, is it? 38 games. So there's a lot of points to play for. I think come Christmas we'll have more of an idea, but I'm just hoping there's a title race this year that one doesn't run away with it. And we'll see. But look, I just hope.
Well, I think that Arsenal won't drop many points this year. So it's depending how Liverpool keep performing. I can't see Arsenal dropping many points this year. I can't.
Yeah, I mean, Liverpool have defensive issues, big ones if Van Dijk gets injured. But then you could say Arsenal have got problems if Saliba or Gabriel gets injured. I know you have got backup defenders, but they're not as good. But I think the fact that Saliba has just signed a 5-year contract is going to boost Arsenal massively. I mean, we've got Bentancur signing a new contract, which I'm not disappointed, but I'm not over the moon about. I mean, what do you think, Jim? I mean, I think we could do better than Bentancur, but at the same time, he's decent.
There's nothing to say that we ain't going to buy better than Bentancur in the next few windows, and he's like a backup, but we don't know because this guy's not had time. You know. Look, I'm not having a dig at Arsenal here, but Arsenal should be challenging for the title every year now. He's been there 6 years, Lego Head, right? They should be challenging. It shouldn't even be a conversation. You know, he's been there 6 years. He's built a team over 6 years. They should be challenging for everything. It's not like they've scrimped as well. They've spent money. You know, they've bought good players. So, I mean, Matt, where do you stand if he doesn't win nothing this year?
You Arteta out.
And what's your stance going to be on Arteta? And there's nothing to say he's going to win something this year. It's very hard to win a trophy in this league.
The thing is, good morning, Paige, or good afternoon, sorry. I don't think winning the FA Cup is enough for Arteta when he's been there 6 years and they've spent that much money. I think he's got to win the Champions League or the Premier League. That's my opinion. I don't think winning a domestic trophy is enough to warrant keeping his job. But at the same time, if they don't win anything, who do they get in? Who do they get in? I mean, I don't know who is a
That's another
step
hard
up.
one. You don't know who's available at the time and who would be willing to leave their club to go to Arsenal.
Yeah. Ekatike is a massive loss for Liverpool. I really rate that guy massively.
How long is he out?
I don't know how long he's out for. Matt can probably tell us because he's a Liverpool fan. Arteta's run out of ideas, though, with set-piece corners and not using his top players to the best he should. He scams wins, does Arteta, and celebrates draws against Pep. This is what I said about him being a bit cowardly. I don't know if he's got it in him to take the risks to get them over the line and win a major competition or a major trophy. And if I was an Arsenal fan... Oh, is it just... I thought it was an injury. Oh, Matt Ballman, let me know if Ekatike is injured or suspended. I thought he was injured as well. What was I saying? Yeah, if it's just suspension. Okay, thank God for that. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I am not taking an FA Cup or a Carabao Cup this year. I'm wanting to win the league or win the Champions League. That's just me personally. I think you've got to have standards.
If they win the FA Cup, it's a step forward for what they've done over the last 5 years, is it? So it's a step
Ten
forward.
Hag available. Oh, wouldn't it be funny to see Ten Hag at Arsenal? Oh yeah, of course he took his shirt off, didn't he, Ekatike? Silly arse. I don't know why he did that. That was ridiculous. Whatever happens with Arteta, Arsenal Football Club and the players, win-win. But Matt, what's your stance? What does he have to win something this year to make you still be Arteta in? Is a domestic cup enough? We either sack Arteta and get a better manager that wins us trophies, or Arteta stays and he's won trophies.
The thing is, if he doesn't win nothing this year, right? It's a very attractive job for a top manager because everything's in place there. So it's not like they're walking into a club and having to rebuild. Right, everything's there for a good manager to walk in and start winning.
Yeah. Well, Matt's been Arteta out for 12 months, so I think even the strongest fans that were Arteta in are actually like moving away from it because apart from Egal's still massively Arteta in. Joey Parton, good afternoon to you, says, is there any rule or sanctions if a player whips his shorts off when he scores a goal? I don't know, but I'm quite open to see that. I'm quite happy for them to do that. Matt says, I'm not Arteta in or out. I'm not bothered. Fair enough. I just think that it's easy for us to sit here and go, if he doesn't win something, he needs to go. But at the same time, I don't know who you bring in. Unless
it's not only that, Kate. It's very hard to win a trophy in this league. Very hard. You know, look, they lost the Premier League by 1 point 1 year. Right? Yeah, they got to the semi-final of the or was it a quarter-final or semi-final of the Champions League last year? You know, and then you're up against the big boys, massive clubs, PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Atletico was there. They're all massive clubs, and it's a 50-50 when you go in with games like that. You know, sometimes it's like 70-30 in their favour, in the other team's favour. It's very hard to win trophies. You know, it's not for everybody, not like it is for Spurs. Yeah,
you're right. We've only got 11 likes. That's abysmal. Please do smash a like, people. 85% of Gyökeres's goals come against Portuguese farmers. Sorry. Matt says, I didn't answer the question regarding Ekatike. Does that mean Liverpool have striker issues as Ekatike has 3 or 4 goals? I don't dislike Arteta due to him being Woolwich manager. I just dislike him as he strikes me a horrible little C word. Love to chin him. I get that. He has got one of them faces you really want to punch. I get that completely. And he's very smug. And his hair looks like it's been painted on. And he's just, I never liked him as a player. It just his face irritates me.
One of his ears are burning.
I hope so. We have the better squad, but Arsenal have the better depth. 2-3 players in each position. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. They have got massive strength in depth now, but if they don't win it this year, I think they're screwed. I think starting 11's very close. Squad depth, I think we have better. Brillo pad hair. Yeah, it looks like someone's cut all his pubes and stuck them on his head. It's just not someone I like, you know. And it's not because he's Arsenal manager, because I didn't hate Arsene Wenger, even though he caused us so much pain. But I just really dislike Mikel Arteta. I think he's so smug and arrogant, and yet he's got not really any right to be, because he hasn't really won anything apart from an FA Cup, and he thinks he's as good as Pep, and he's literally nowhere near. So that's just my opinion. But I think in the I didn't mind Good Evening when he was there either. No, I didn't mind old Arsene Wenger. Obviously, it's international break from Sunday, Jimbo, which is annoying. I hate it, but we will take that opportunity to do a mental health stream probably next week.
And a Wedding Bliss we're going to do, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to try and bring back Wedding Bliss, because people seem to like it when me and Jim disagree, which we do ever such a lot. But we've just got to sort out some subjects and topics. You could say that about Mourinho when he was first at Chelsea. Yeah, but you know why Mourinho, I don't say it about him, because he had charisma.
Yeah, but he was arrogant.
Yeah, but he had charisma with it.
He was more arrogant than Arteta. I'm sorry, but he was.
Yes, but he had charisma, and not only that, I found him very attractive because he was very self-assured. Where Arteta's just like a little weeble, who gets fed meat by men. He hadn't won much, but he had won stuff. How many do we lose? I'm going for a Leeds win at the weekend. I'm just going to put it out there. Joey Barton 2-2. That sounds really even wronger, the fact you've put a young Jose. Mourinho at his peak is someone you go the extra mile for as a player. Yeah, look, I as much as I dislike Chelsea, my God, I loved it when Mourinho was there. Ricky Norwood just messaged me, bless him, to say that every day's a dream at the minute because he's filming his first ever movie. Bless him. But yeah, I did like Mourinho. I just find Arteta arrogant when he's got nothing to be arrogant about. He's so cocksure of himself. Jim, I think you've frozen. Oh, you're back.
I hadn't frozen.
You were like that.
I was just listening.
Oh, right.
I was winking at you, darling.
It wasn't fully closed though. It was just like, But yeah, I like I say, we'll be doing our score predictions for the weekend tomorrow with Jess and Chang. But I think going to Leeds away is hard. I don't think many teams will go there and get an easy ride at Ellen Road. So I'm not going to be a Jimbo and say 3-0 we'll smash them. Put it that way. I think, I think a draw may be a loss at the weekend.
I'm not seeing many people comment on in the chat. I don't know how many's in. I can't see how many's in. I haven't seen anyone comment how they think Frank's doing, if he's doing a good job or not.
No, well, I did ask the other day. I put a poll in the chat, and it was half said they think he's doing really well and the improvement's obvious, and half said meh. So, yeah, look, but you know what? That Wolves and Bødo performance was worrying. I agree.
Why
However, I also, because it was terrible.
It wasn't worrying. It wasn't worrying.
You need to go out and come back in. You're really, really. What? I don't know if it's. I can't hear a word you're saying. Honestly, it's driving me bloody mad. Joey, what's your concerns? Let me know. 6.5 out of 10, says Matt. Big up, harmless potato. Hope you're well, my love. He's doing okay. He needs time in a better squad. That's where I'm at. Fiona, exactly where I'm at. I haven't got concerns about him, but I've got concerns that our squad is just nowhere near good enough. But Joey, what's your concerns? Let me know. What was you wobbling on about, Cornelia?
I don't see why everyone thinks there's such concerns. I really don't. I mean, look, it's going to take time to get everything right. It's not going to happen overnight. So they showed, right, that they've started. If they start bad, that they can come back. I don't think it's worrying. I think it's just a matter of we haven't got the players on the pitch we need in a minute, right? And it's just getting the balance right, letting him play games to get the balance right of what we've got. I don't see why people are sitting there saying, "Oh, it's really worrying." It's not really worrying. We went 1-0 down to Wolves, right? We could have been 4 up in the first half, and then we come back and we got a draw out of it. And the same with Brighton. We come back from 2-0 down and got a draw, and the same at Bødo. It's not going to happen overnight. It's only 6 games in the Premier League in. You know, it's going to take a little bit of time. I think he won 1 in 10 in his first season at Brentford. It's just that I just don't understand why people are pressing the panic button. It's worrying. It's not worrying at all. It's not worrying. You know, it's just a matter of giving the guy some time to get what he's got going, right? And if they can't get the ones that aren't playing well into a good place, then getting some reinforcements in.
Sorry, I'm having a mad hot flush. The thing is, Matt, before we played Wolves, I did say they're not as bad as they appear. It was obvious that their luck was going to change, their form. You know, they're not a terrible, terrible team. So that didn't particularly worry me that much. The performances have been awful at times, but the squad is just so badly short. Thomas Frank's fine.
Read Joey's there. He hit it right on the head there.
That.
Yeah, the squad is woefully short, and that ties one hand behind his back. He's 100% right. You know, we got players. Look, I'm not going to start naming names. I don't want to because I want to give him time to work with them. But there's players in this team that are not good enough at the minute. You know, over the next few months, he might get another 30-40% out of them, and they might be all right until we upgrade, right? But we've got to give the guy time to work with them. He's had no time to really work with the squad. He's had weeks, you know. So I think we just need to chill pill. We're 4th in the league.
This is what I was going to say, Tim. When we lost to Bournemouth, you said, "Look, he'll learn from that game. You'll never see that again." And we've seen it twice since.
All right. So if the players are letting him down, what can he do? Let's be fair, right? Our front line is not good. It's not a great front line, Kate. It's not. You know, you've got Kudus in there, which is an exception, but the front line is not good. It's not. No matter what way you cut it, they're not good enough. They're not good enough for the Premier League at the minute. It's as simple as that.
I also think that he needs to understand that when you're playing at home, I don't think a Bentancur and Paulinho midfield is what you should be playing when you're at home. It's too defensive, in my opinion. And I think
no, you're right. It's not working. It's
not.
You
but I think this is what takes time.
I think it helped when Kulu comes back. I think that help as well. Gray looks like he's picking up a bit. Looks like he's learning under Frank. He's had some good cameos. You know, he was good when he come on against. When he come on the other day, he was good. He was good. He was involved in the second goal against Bødo. So it's just we just got to be chilled a bit. Why are you laughing?
Because Ricky just messaged me and asked me my prediction for Leeds, and I went 2-1 Leeds, and he went, "Do me a favour. What's Jimbo's?"
3-0.
He can't believe I've gone for a loss. 3-0.
Not good.
Spurs. He's put 3-0 as well. This is what I mean with Joey. If the front line is no good, why persist without chucking Scarlett on? Is he really any worse than Richie? This is my argument. It cannot be any worse than Richarlison.
But only Frank knows that in training, right? He can only see what he sees in training. You know, maybe he's not making the cut. I mean, someone said that he played in the under-21s the other day and he got bought off. He started and got bought off because he was woeful. That's what someone said the other day, you know?
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, Joey, is Scarlett as good as them? I don't know, you know?
Frank still has time. The Champions League stage offers lots of second chances.
Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we've took 4 points out of 6 so far. We're standing 9th in the Champions League. So we're only 2 points off the top. So we're in a good position.
Yeah, this is what I'm looking at, Joey. It's before the international break. We never, ever win our last game before the international break. Ellen Road's a very intimidating place to go. It's not like I'm just saying it because I want to be negative, but I just think all the what's the word? All the signs are pointing to a Spurs loss. Joey says I'm 16 stone old and I'm as good as Richie. He is rubbish. I'm sorry, Jim.
What did I say at the beginning of the show?
What?
He's not going to cut it in this team. He's
not.
I
know you do.
Look, I think that Tell and Odebert and Johnson have got a lot more chance of cutting it in this team than Richie, because Richie's he's been around the block and he's just not doing it. I mean, he scored 2 fantastic goals at the beginning, but he's not going to cut it. It's as simple as that. And you know, I don't want to slag him down, but he's not. If we want to go places, it's not going to be with Richarlison.
Look, at the end of the day, this is what pisses me off about Romero. He's always injured just before an international break. Joey says, "Oh my God, Jim, you didn't just say that. Tell what?"
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, Joey, that let Frank work with Tell and see what he gets out of him over the next few months. He's shot of confidence, right? Yeah. Maybe Frank will work with him and tweak some more out of him.
But and I think what Jimbo's trying to say is Tell's a young, very, very young man. You may be able to get something out of him. Richarlison's at his peak and he's still shit.
Yeah, I just didn't want to put it like that.
Yeah, well, yeah, but you know, there's still time for Tell. I mean, I don't really see anything in Tell, but I'm still going to back him all the while he puts a Spurs shirt on. But I think if Tell could just get himself a goal, it would make the world of difference. But he looks absolutely shot of any sort of confidence.
He gets himself into some great positions.
Yeah, it just does nothing with it.
Yeah, it doesn't put it in the back of the net.
Yeah. But look, I'm going to end it there.
Goal, didn't he, Kate?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I have got to go because I've got the dentist shortly. And my back.
I'm talking to my beautiful dog.
He looks shot or shit. No, definitely shit. Don't rate Tell one bit. I'd rather play Lancashire. Look, I get it. I don't think Tell, hello Bonbons, has shown anything to give Tottenham fans any sort of hope. But there is still time. He is so young. And look, all the while he's here, like I say, he'll get my back in. I back Richarlison when he puts the shirt on, but when it's so hard to defend someone as he just frustrates the crap out of me. Do you know, someone put a bet on that he would be on the floor with his hat holding his face within 60 seconds against Bødo Glimt.
And within 60 seconds, it was about 15.
Yeah, within 15 seconds, they won their bet. That's so embarrassing. That's so bloody embarrassing. But
we had our boiler service yesterday, and my dog is just such a loving, soft dog. And he was a Liverpool supporter, and she didn't like him. She really didn't like him. She had a go at him. So she obviously don't like Liverpool supporters.
Hey, gorgeous. Okay, looking for me. Yeah, exactly that. A bit like the Saka limp as sure as night follows day. Look, I know it's only been a short one today. It was only ever going to be a shortish one because we are back tomorrow with Mr. Chang and Miss Jessie, who will be obviously repping Leeds. She is the enemy tomorrow and Saturday as we face her team away from home. Do join us tomorrow from 12:30 when we'll be giving our preview and score predictions for the whole of the weekend's matches before the international break. Boo! Can Tottenham break the international break curse? Who knows?
Yes, we will.
Have a fantastic day, everyone. Be good, be well, stay warm because the weather is definitely turning. And hello, bonbons. Jimbo, do you want to finish the show?
Yeah, we'll just back the team, and I'll give me a big speech tomorrow when Jesse's on here. We're going to bash Leeds up, European champions. All right? Please don't have meltdown. We're fourth in the league. We ain't lost the cup game. We ain't lost the Champions League game. In Frank, we trust. Trust my dog.
And I'd just like to say, Ricky's not all of a sudden. I just said to Ricky, you do realise it's the last game before the international break, and he put fuck. Why you got to do that, Kate? So he's all of a sudden not as confident as he was.
I
am. So look, we'll see. But yeah, we will be giving us.
We'll batter them 3-0. Put your house on it. It's going to happen.
He said, when I come on your show, it's going to just be me and Jimbo. I would love to know which one of you is going to host. But anyway, enjoy the rest of your day. Join us tomorrow at 12:30. And as always, come on, you Spurs.
Come on, you Spurs. Come on, bomb.
Giving opinions with no regret, smashing the top bins, back in the onion net, talking the talk with Kate and Jim, and walking the walk, just listen in. The perfect match, Kate and Jim, getting at it. Kate and Jim are gonna smash it. Reviews, previews, opinions and laughter, mix and transfer news, it's what you're after. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match. You just got to latch onto that perfect match. Jimbo always keeps a positive spin, while Kate's Mickey has a name dropping. Gets you out of the blue like Lenny stop robbing, or she's just flip-flopping. Hell, this place is popping. The perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match. The perfect match, the perfect match, you just got to latch onto that perfect match.